They're not exactly rotten eggs. But they're certainly old ones. News.com has learned a pod containing about 4 dozen extremely old eggs has been studied, after it was found inside a national monument in Oregon. The John Day Fossil Beds National Monument is in a rural area east of Bend. Eggs have been found there before which keep with the fossil part of that name. But scientists were unsure what sort of eggs were in the pod. Individual fossilized eggs found in the past were called ant eggs, but the researchers concluded that was wrong. Eggs are one of the least understood life stages of insects, and are poorly represented in the fossil record, says the beginning of the study results in the journal Park Stewardship Forum's January edition, which calls the eggs exquisitely preserved. The Indy 100 website reports by using a special micro-CT scanner, the researchers concluded the eggs actually came from grasshoppers that lived about 29 million years ago. The eggs then are similar to grasshopper eggs today. Grasshoppers normally reproduce by laying eggs in soil, using their abdomens to excrete them. Many cockroaches and praying mantises do as well. A female short-horned grasshopper lays about 100 eggs in the soil, according to the Encyclopedia Britannica. The proper scientific name for one of the eggs is an ootheca. Oothecae have convergently evolved several times in several insect groups, the study introduction contends. It goes on to say that clusters of grasshopper eggs provide protection from predators and/or environmental conditions, and more efficient resource use. The team in Oregon thinks it found the oldest and clearest sign that grasshopper and locust ootheca existed in ancient times. The ootheca wall is 1.4 to 2.1 millimeters thick in the middle portion, the study says. The anterior and posterior parts are thicker with 2.5 to 3.3 millimeters thickness. Only a few species of grasshoppers are considered potential threats to farm crops. But Oregon had a major problem with them in 2021, along with Mormon crickets. A record 10 million acres of rangeland in 18 counties had economically damaging levels of infestation, a summary by the Oregon Department of Agriculture says. The outbreak was blamed on years of drought. Low rainfall and warm spring weather create ideal conditions for egg hatches, the report said. Another widespread plague of grasshoppers affected Oregon farmers in the mid-1980s. News.com reports that a similar wave of cicadas could overwhelm North America this year. But, on the bright side, people can turn grasshoppers into food by eating them. In certain parts of the world, they are often dried, jellied, roasted and dipped in honey or ground into a meal, the encyclopedia notes. The study researchers add that an estimated 5.5 million species of insects exist around the world, ranging from grasshoppers to termites. Grasshoppers, crickets, and katydids are relatives, the state report added.